morning. If you can see behind me, it is a very rainy, drizzly Monday morning, which is November the 3rd. Just a few days after the wonderful Halloween, which the house was decorated rather extravagantly and had maybe 25 little ones running back and forth and getting candy and whatever. There's still a lot left over for us, my partner and I, to consume. I haven't made a video in ages and ages and ages. It's close to a year now for various reasons. I've been busy with a few things, and I have had some rather serious health issues, of which I'm sort of dealing with still, but feeling good enough to make a video. I want to make a video on this now completed repair of a Garrard Type A auto changer. I have acquired two of them. One was in a clear tone console, a 301 chassis console that was free, and the other one is from I think it's 601, the much more sophisticated console. So both turntables were removed, and I took the opportunity to stick them in the corner, do nothing with them for, it's been a year. It's been a year and a half, actually. So what I did with the first turntable, which came out of the big console with the 601 clear tone chassis in it, was I tried to get it going just superficially, and among various things that were wrong with it was the fact that the change cycle would stall, wouldn't go through it, and this changer is really a design nightmare. It's very difficult for the idler coupled from the motor to the inner rim of the turntable to actually get through a cycle unless the rubber is pristine. Now, the problem was that although the surface of the idler was still in good condition without any cracks or pieces missing out of it, it still was kind of hard in that. So courtesy of somebody whom I do not remember from the internet, they said that if you soak the idler, the offending idler, in brake fluid, that it would soften the rubber and it would restore the traction that was needed. So I did maybe 2 weeks let it soak in the fluid, and when I cleaned it all off and used the isopropyl alcohol to clean off all the remnants of the brake fluid, it didn't help much. So what I did was drop the idler back in a little plastic cup here, just one of these fellas, and I can't show you without dropping the fluid out. I put it in and stuck it in the corner and promptly forgot about it. So here we are a year later, and I pulled it out and cleaned it. It takes a lot of cleaning to get the residual brake fluid out of the rubber and off the surface. Pardon me. And so I put it in the first turntable, and lo and behold, it went through the change cycle even at 33 without a flaw. It just went perfectly as if the idler was new. And that is a relief, because if you have to send these idlers out, I think there is one remanufacturing site in Canada. Otherwise, you have to send it to the States, and the exchange rate and the tariffs and all this stuff make it just not feasible to be able to do that. So if I can't get these things running with a minimum dollar amount out, then they're just not going to be done. So the idler worked wonderfully. It got through the change cycle, and the next problem that I had was in my desire to restore these things, I wanted a magnetic cartridge in, and they require tracking from 2 to 4 grams on average. And this, the tone arm in the Type A is a high mass tone arm system with a heavy counterweight that allows for, this is the original one that comes from the other turntable, that allows for counterbalancing the old style cartridges, say the GE variable reluctance magnetic cartridge, or say a Shure M3D. And they'll track at 6, 7, 8, and if you get ceramic cartridges in there, they'll track at 8, 9, and 10, and which is something I would not want to subject my record collection to. So I had to do something, and in that turntable, I could not get any compliance. The trackability was just horrible. It stuck in the grooves, and the poor stylus is trying to track, and the tone arm is just not moving. I took that tone arm assembly apart, I don't know how many times. To my knowledge, I don't know whether other versions of the Type A have horizontal bearings, but this one had nothing. It just had metal sitting on some kind of a material inside the well of the tone arm base, and it was horrible. So I just put it aside. Now, meanwhile, the other turntable, I'll tell you a little bit about that. This from the 301 Clairtone unit, it was residing in a town about an hour's drive away, and somebody had put up an ad in Kijiji, for instance, I can't remember which one, offering it for free. Well, that is my kind of price range. So we made arrangements to go and pick it up. And what I found was that it was in the estate of a deceased person who the heirs decided to clear out the house, and things went, except this Clairtone did not go anywhere. So it was shoved in a shed on site and malingered there for I don't know how long. Now you can imagine a damp situation, how bad that would be for electronics and the mechanism of the changer. And then the new owners decided to do a lot of major work on the house, and one of the things that had to go was the shed. So somebody picked up the console, 2 people picked up the console and put it in the middle of a garage being built with dirt floor, and it was used as a table and God knows what. So when we got it, it was in really bad, filthy condition. So when we got it back home here, the cabinet was a goner. So the radio chassis and the turntable and the speakers were removed, and the fire pit got the cabinet, and it went up in flames nicely. All that varnish just poof, away it went. So no great loss there. So the chassis is sitting somewhere in the house waiting for its day on the bench. But when I brought the changer in, I found that underneath there was some peculiar kind of corrosion all over the mechanism. It was like fuzzy, I don't know what it was. And so carefully with the toothbrush and lots of isopropyl alcohol, I cleaned the chassis, the mechanism as best that I could, and got that done. And anybody who knows the Type A knows there are so many pivot points on that. They're everywhere. There must be dozens and dozens and dozens. So everything got cleaned without removing it, because if you take a Type A apart, you'd better know what you're doing, because it won't go back together properly. So everything got cleaned, and my little oiler, wherever it is, with the hypodermic needle in it, that applied a drop or two in every position that seemed like it needed it. So the deck, unfortunately, I left out the part where I had taken this particular changer down to my woodworking shop, and it sat there all winter. And now all this year, as I've been doing woodworking projects, it got sawdust on it, and it was just made a bad situation even worse. So when I got it on the bench, there was a lot of cleaning up to do. To my amazement, when I cleaned it up, I'm looking at it now, it's right below. So when I'm finished with this part of the video, I'll show the changer as it is now. So when I got it up here, I had a lot of cleaning to do, and like I said, when I got it down past all that grime on it, the finish on it is almost pristine. There's not a mark, there's not a scratch, there is no rust, and everything got cleaned up, and I was very impressed. So when I did my modifications, and I'll get into that in the next part of the video, which is what I do. I'm trying to turn a heavy mass tone arm into something that will accept and allow to track more modern magnetic cartridge. And I have been successful up to a point. So at any rate, I've now got one of the Type A's that is functioning properly. And what I really would have liked to have done is to remove the tone arm assembly to see if there is a horizontal bearing on this one, and is it actually missing on the other one, or was it a design change somewhere along the line. But I'm terrified to take it that far apart in case it doesn't go back together right, and I've ruined something that is actually right now working well. So I'll just leave it as, and I'll see later on down the line, I will see about the other one, see if I can do something with it. So that's part A, or first part of this. And when I come back, I'll show the actual changer in operation and explain what I've done for modifications. So at any rate, I'm glad to be back on. So we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.